Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today is another Project Pan update. I believe this is Project Pan update number 13, maybe 14. Anyway, we're just going to go through all the products that I have in my Project Pan right now and kind of discuss progress. I did kind of finish one product and we'll get to that as we get into the video. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and I'd love it if you liked and subscribed if you aren't already. With that being said, let's just hop into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is my Rare Beauty blush. Within the past month, I have used this 12 times, which is slightly less than what I was expecting. I was expecting 15 just because I don't wear makeup that often, and I would say that I probably wear makeup about half of my time, or half of like the time in a month. So I do use this pretty much every time I do my makeup. I'm wearing it today. I was expecting a little bit more usage, but you know, maybe I can see why my progress has been so minimal with the Rare Beauty blush is just because I haven't been using it as much as I thought I did. I will say it's starting to run a little bit low. Like, I'm not picking up as much product on the wand when I pull the stop or when I pull it out. So I think that's good. I think that's a good sign. I still have a long way to go with this blush though, and I don't know when I'm gonna call it quits. Like, I don't know when exactly I'm gonna say that's enough. I think it'll just be when I have to start scraping the sides to get the product because, like I've said before, I like the blush formula. I don't necessarily love this shade on me, and so I don't really want to force myself to use it if I'm not enjoying it like thoroughly. I'm gonna give this a couple more months, see where my progress is at, and then like reevaluate when the product is starting to like be a little bit hard to apply. Not a super interesting update. It never is with this blush, but I'm making progress. I am hoping that this next month I will be able to use it at least 15 times. We'll see where this takes us. The next product I want to talk about is my e.l.f. Putty bronzer. This is in the shade Honey Drip. I feel like I'm making decent progress with this. I don't know if you can tell in the close-ups if the dent is actually getting any deeper or not, but I've found that my preferred way to apply this is to get my sponge and use like the butt of the sponge and then tap it out that way when I want a more just like everyday look, not really caring about looking sculpted, just like wanting an overall bronze. I find that that is really easy to apply and really easy to blend, and I don't know, it's just nice to not have to pull like different brushes out. When I want a little bit more of a sculpted look, I obviously go in with my brush still, but I've actually really been liking applying it with the sponge method though. So I think because I was using a sponge, the progress is going a little bit faster just because the sponge kind of like soaks up the product and maybe I'm moving the product around a little bit. I think I'm getting there. I feel like the bottom of this is a little tiny bit flattened out, which makes me feel like I'm gonna hit pan kind of soon, but I think I'm kind of just like deluding myself into thinking that. I don't think that's actually gonna happen. But, you know, it's fine. Again, not a super interesting update, but we're gonna get there eventually, I swear. We are going to get there. The next product in my Project Pan is my Kosas Brow Pop. I feel like I have a decent amount left still, but I do feel like I've been making progress. This is still a pretty good pencil. I feel like my brows look fine whenever I use it. There's not really much to say about this besides that I've been using it every day as per usual. It's usually the only thing that I use in my brows, or it's the only consistent thing I use in my brows. I've been kind of like switching between some of my underused brow products and the Kosas Air Brows, the tinted and the clear version. So I think it's fine. Do I think I need it in my collection again? Probably not. I think once I run out of this, I don't think I'd re-pick it up. I will say I have been noticing that I've been getting acne in my eyebrows, not like in my underneath my eyebrows, and I don't know what product is kind of causing that, but there have been quite a few like pimples underneath my eyebrows that they're not painful or anything. They're not like the under the skin pimples, they're just there. So I'm trying to diagnose what product is causing that, and if it is the Brow Pop, I'm gonna be a little bit upset because I do want to finish it and if it's my Eyebrows, then I'm also going to be upset because I do like those brow products, but maybe it's just a sign that they're going bad. I don't know. I'm gonna keep using it for now. I'm sure that once I figure out what product is specifically causing my brows to break out, I will stop using that. But for now, I'm gonna keep going with this, seeing how much progress I can make with it. The next product I want to talk about is my Maybelline Master Prime Primer. This is the Blur and Pore Minimized version. And I'm starting to get the product down to this black part where you can't really see how much progress is like through the tube. So I think for this one, I think I'm just going to use this for the next month and then kind of just call it quits. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really love this primer to begin with. I don't think it really does anything for my skin, and I want to focus on some other products. I think by the end of this month and like with next month's updates, I'll have used this enough to feel okay with letting it go. So I'm giving this one more month. I think next month I am going to try and pull this out though, because I don't know, it just doesn't do anything, and I'd rather get use out of my primers that I enjoy more. So the next product I have in here is my NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. This is in the shade Golden. I have, again, made pretty steady progress with this. I feel like the lines from my progress are like pretty even month by month. If I keep going at this rate, I think I would be able to finish this in 3 months, which kind of seems like a long time since I have been working on this for 6 months already. But we're gonna get there eventually. You know, I feel like you guys know my thoughts about this already. It's going. I've been using it under my eyes, on my acne spots, and it's been good. Not a ton of progress, but at least it's more visible progress than some of the other products that I have in this Project Pan series. Hello from a different point in time, because I completely forgot to update you guys on this. So this is the Kosas Wet Lip Oil. The reason I forgot to update you guys on this was because this was in my purse and it just completely slipped my mind. But in the close-ups, I feel like you can see that I made a significant amount of progress in the last month. I'm getting down to like the really nitty-gritty, and I've already started scraping the sides to get some of the product out. I think I'm gonna take out the stopper. If not this month, then probably next month, and then just see if I can really finish it. But I think this is pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy with the amount that I've used, and I think this will be pretty close to being done at the end of this month. So we'll wait and see, but for now, I think this is a really good lip gloss. I don't think I'd repurchase it though, just because there are a ton of different lip oils out there on the market now. There are a lot of formulas that are comparable that aren't as expensive and don't have as little of product. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this when I'm done with it, but I am getting really, really close. So back to past me. And the last product in my Project Pan series is my Kosas Cloud Set. It's currently looking rough because I dropped it and a huge chunk of the product cracked and fell off, and it fell behind my toilet. It was like in the area between the sink and the toilet, and I was thinking about repressing it, but I decided not to because that's kind of gross, and I honestly don't love this powder enough anymore to do that. So I'm calling it quits on this Kosas powder for now. I'm not throwing it out, but I'm gonna take this out of my Project Pan. I did technically hit pan on it because it dropped and fell in the toilet. Not in the toilet, behind the toilet. So yeah, I'm calling it quits. You can see there's like a huge divot from where the product cracked off. Yeah, I'm so glad this is getting out of my Project Pan. I know that my friend Sarah has also been working on this, and it's just a powder that I used to really like, I don't really like anymore, and I am glad to take this out of my Project Pan. It has been forever. It's the powder that won't end, honestly, and even though a huge chunk of it fell out, there's still so much product left. That happened at the beginning of the month. It breaking and cracking happened at the beginning of May, and I've just been using it, using the rest of it because, you know, why not? And it's taking me forever. So I am so glad to take this out of my Project Pan. To replace it, I'm gonna replace it with another powder. This one is another pressed powder as well. This is my LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. This is in the shade Resilience. And I don't have a ton of progress on this. I don't have a ton of progress in any of my powders, to be clear. I am planning on using this for a while. I'm sure it's going to be a really long time. I think my main focus is going to be to just hit pan, even if it's like a tiny baby pan. I mean, the Kosas powder took me so long. I'm sure the LYS powder is going to take me just as long, if not longer. So putting this into my project, I hope to see pretty good usage out of it. I hope I see more usage out of it than I did with the Kosas powder, but time will tell. This is a really good powder. I really like the finish it has. It's not super matte, it's not super dewy either. It's not as lightweight as the Kosas powder, but honestly, in the summer, especially when I'm really sweaty, I would prefer a little bit more of a mattifying powder. This one is just really good, and I just like the effect it has. I think it's a really good powder. I think it's pretty affordable too. I think it's only around like $20, something like that. So I'm excited to get more usage out of this, and we will see how much progress we can make within the next month. So that is everything in my project pan. I think I've made some pretty good progress on some of these products, but I'm sure that I have a long way to go with some of the rest of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll make sure to link my entire project pan playlist if you are interested, if you want to see my progress month to month. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!